Hey guys, welcome to another round of Black Metal and Brews, a series in which I drink beer and listen to tapes. Not so you don't have to, but so that you know what to spend your time on and what you shouldn't, I guess. Today we're getting a little nostalgic for me, visiting with the mighty Pliny the Elder from the Russian River Brewing Company. World famous beer. It is reputed for having just the best qualities in an IPA, double IPA in this case actually. It is brewed in Santa Rosa, California, which is my hometown. So in my younger years when I first came of age, living not too far from the brewery, I really didn't know how good I had it. The spoiling was immense. I didn't realize, because Pliny was just what I would get when I would go, for an affordable pint. This is actually possibly the first time in my life I've had it from a bottle, and it's been over a year since I've had it, so I hope that neither bias nor memory will guide or dictate this, as the experience is meant to be fresh for me as it is for you guys. So, without further ado, we will open Pliny. The label does warn us to consume this beer as fresh as possible. This was brewed within the past month, so I'm going to say that's pretty fresh, especially considering that I am one to often keep my beers for a while, letting them sit and not so much age, it's just the fact that for somebody who writes about or now makes videos about beer, I try not to drink too frequently, lest I lose my passion for it and feel I'm doing it mechanically. So today's tape is Grafvölluðr. I'm probably mispronouncing this as well. Given the origin of the beer and the nature of things here, I figured it was appropriate to feature some black metal from Northern California. This one-man entity is relatively enigmatic, although this is the sole release to date from Northern Californian record label Fettered Redwoods. This demo is this introductory track we're listening to now, as well as two others. It's a deeply personal and spiritual release, the likes of which I cannot, or the contents of which rather, I cannot deeply comment on because, well, I don't know the lyrics, I don't know exactly what's going on here, but I know that the intent is just it's very inward, very introspective, reflective music, and I guess given that I'm visiting with the first beer I had as a legal adult here, in a way that's kind of appropriate, also being from the same general region I'm from. I feel like that's a pretty good combo here. So, we've let the beer sit for a minute now, and I guess it's time for me to take a whiff, find out what's in this bottle. Instantly, just very, very beautiful pine smell. You can see, I'm hoping, just how great the color is, just that perfect amber color. It's not the orange necessarily of standard IPAs. That's not to say that a standard IPA in any way is a bad thing, nor is the color, but this is certainly lighter in color than you may see from other IPAs, yet it's no less intense in its own way. At 8% alcohol, I'm glad this is not, a massive bottle here. Definitely a sharer, or one to really savor by yourself. In addition to that great pine nose, of course, there's real heavy grapefruit here, very characteristic of a Northwest IPA, but for me at least, this was the standard by which everything else was judged. If only I'd known how lucky I was. And there it is. That's the Pliny I recall. The hops are there, they're bitter, but it's not a bite. I don't feel like my mouth is going to be dried out by this. People who've been reading my beer reviews since before I started making these videos will know, while I can enjoy a well-made IPA, it's not normally my style of choice. Reason being, I feel that IPAs get to be just all hop all the time. There's no balance to it. Pliny the Elder is everything I feel an IPA should be. You've got your full hops, it's got a balance of malt, the citrus is there, the pine spruce notes are there, but nothing is overpowering anything else. You've got your bitterness, but it's not an endurance test. Perhaps it's because this beer's recipe was concocted before it became I don't want to say testosterone contest, because women are certainly into beer as well, obviously, but just who can have a more bitter beer, who can have a hoppier beer. And in a way, it is exciting to push things to limits, especially as somebody who's into extreme metal. I understand the appeal. In this case, though, sometimes just making it hoppy isn't enough. This is very hoppy while also enjoying a fully balanced palate here. Just, again, with a lot of beers like this, the smell alone is worth the price of entry. Wow. It's really smooth drinking for an IPA, especially a double IPA or an imperial IPA, as it were. I'm really enjoying that, and honestly, if you can find this in your region, you're probably here on the West Coast or in Colorado. It's only about $5 a bottle, which you really can't go wrong. The price may vary by location, of course, but for a beer that's brewed annually to be this consistently incredible and praised by the masses, there's a reason for that. I urge you, if you are able to get your hands on this beer, do so. You'll probably enjoy it, even if you're not an IPA freak. Similarly, this tape. Get your hands on it, because while you cannot get the tape itself anymore, the very few copies that were made sold out quickly, I say this as if Black Metal and Brews is a we, although right now it's just me. There is a website which I strongly support called Cloth Bodies. Cloth Bodies, with permission of the artist, has made this tape available for free download. I urge you to visit them. I'll post a link in the description of this video. Go give this a download, read what else Cloth Bodies has to say and has to share with you. Can't recommend it enough, as with this beer. So, in case it's not obvious, I'm already at a loss for words. I hope that you folks enjoy your drinks safely and happily, and hopefully can recommend some great new beers and music from me. In the meantime, signing off. Thank you so much for your support.